I watched a little bit of CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference. I want to say this, and I want to be clear. Whether you are a young college kid at CPAC in khakis and a blue blazer, or you're in skinny jeans at a Brooklyn DSA meeting, if you are actively involved in politics when you're young, you are a closeted homosexual. That is it. If you and a bunch of other men are going into hotel rooms to debate each other, stop it. You're wrong. You want to suck their cock. I get it. I did it. I was on the debate team. I get a bunch of dudes in suits walking around a hotel showing off their brains, their big, hard brains. I get it. That might not be all of you, but the amount of hot sex going on at CPAC right now, the amount of people taking balls to the chin after listening to Kimberly Guilfoyle Newsom, that con artist. Remember her? I mean, you got to respect the level of grifter and con artist that's at CPAC. She was engaged. She was like married to Gavin Newsom, who ran San Francisco. He was was he the governor of California? He's the governor of California now. And now she's dating Donald Trump Jr. And then the pit stop between those two was Fox News. God love her. God love her. Because there's a version of her in Tampa getting railed out by a failed real estate developer doing lines of coke on her waterfront property that's really 3 blocks from the beach. But she fucked her way into the White House-ish. They're probably not allowed any. But good for her, these con artists. And the Democrats aren't any better. I mean, if you're at a political conference, what are you doing? These people, by and large, have nothing to say. The Republican Party has been devoid of anything. Listen, guys like Bill Kristol, these guys justified genocide, but at least they wrote books. Like, at least they knew how to speak. The clown car of grifters, liars, and thieves that has become the modern Republican Party is kind of hilarious. And, listen, not that the Democratic Party, I don't have to say this, you have 9 people having a breakdown on the debate stage every night. And the CIA and the fucking billionaires send in Mike Bloomberg, who has far less charisma than Muammar Gaddafi. You know what I mean? This guy, he's trying to literally steal the election from people that are. Tom Steyer is criminally insane. And I support him. I'm a Steyer stan. But he just performed with Juvenile. He just does a rap thing with Juvenile. I think they were doing Back That Ass Up, which is a great song. But Tom Steyer's a billionaire. He's dancing on the stage. The country's a joke. It's a literal joke that you would pitch this show in a writer's room and get told to sober up. Nobody would believe this. These are billionaires that are bored, and they're getting out there and performing with rap. So you go to CPAC, and you watch everybody fight it out. Everybody's talking about taxes, and they just want to suck each other's cocks. And why not? They find some drag queen who went into a library, and we're all at. By the way, not only have I never seen a drag queen at a library, I've never seen a library. Where are these libraries? Who's reading? Who are all these children being read? Who's reading? Where are the reading programs? I mean, I've already gone on record and said that it seems very forced and weird that drag queens are in libraries reading to kids. Odd. They're in weird costumes. They're not overtly sexual, but in some of these dances they are suggestive and strange. I'm like, what the fuck? I see this and I have a natural aversion to anything that's sexual. But it's also interesting that it's being portrayed as a national epidemic. That it's just happening all over the place. And it's and a lot of it is because the economic policies don't work. And no one can get anything done in Washington because, like, it's just gridlock and nothing gets done. So you just get a tax cut. They flood the market. They keep the interest rates low. They suppress them artificially. It's just wages don't go up. Healthcare doesn't get fixed. Everything ends up costing more money. There's a certain amount of rage that people have. So you got to, like, direct it at the real problems in the country. The drag queen in the library and Colin Kaepernick, because that's what they're talking about at CPAC. Those are the big problems. Colin Kaepernick and the drag queens at the library are the reason that you went bankrupt 3 times because of a knee operation. It's like, and it's just the people that are at CPAC. And I'm not a model, but some of the people at CPAC, fun. Can you imagine going to a political conference? What type of loser do you have to be standing in a ballroom listening to these people speak? Any party. The same thing with the DSA people that are in Brooklyn when all that shit. They can't even afford a hotel. They could if their parents paid. But it's the same. It's like, listen, I'm not telling you not to help people, but this is not helping. None of this is helping. They're not bad kids, right? They're stupid because they're young and they don't realize that nothing they do matters. And I get it. I get wanting to be part of things. It's the job and it's fun and it's a convention and it's like, listen, I will show you what a real convention is, okay? And it's not listening to Dan Crenshaw. Can you stop? War is good. What is the message over there at CPAC? What is the message? Let's just get the last of Earth's resources and have a fun time doing it. What's the thesis statement of that group at this point? Healthcare's great. Shut the fuck up. Everybody's fine. If you have an issue, start a hedge fund. What's the thesis statement anymore of the group? RuPaul's coming to kidnap your kids. Colin Kaepernick's dishonoring our honorable police who keep shooting black people in the face. Everybody I know in high school that grew up that used to bully retarded people is now a police officer. Everybody I know in high school that used to spit in the face of retarded people now has a gun. And we're all supposed to pretend that that's some type of coincidence. And listen, I'm just shitting on the conservatives because they had the conference. When the liberals have their conference, God only. People identifying themselves by, what is your gender? You could have 9 name tags with your preferred gender, how far away someone has to stand when they talk to you in case you have a breakdown. It's just, imagine, it would end my friendship with someone if they're like, I'm going to the political convention. What?